Okay, let's look at questions 2B up to question 4D. So let's start off with 2B, and 2B says simplify as much as possible this expression. So here's what you can do with this question. That's too thick. Let's make that smaller. So basically with this question, you're going to take this is square root of p. So square root of p is the same as p to the power half. And then multiply that by p to the power minus 3/4. And then divide that by p to the power minus 1/4. Right, so doing the top first and using the laws of indices, if this p is the same as that, then you can just take the powers and add them. So adding 1/2 plus a negative 3/4 is the same as adding a 1/2, this plus and this minus. So a plus and a minus gives you a minus. So that's minus 3/4. So one takeaway, and because they are different, you got a 2 and a 4 as a denominator, you got to multiply this denominator, this 2 multiplied by 2, so that is the same as that 4, so that this is the same as that, and then multiply the top by 2. So that becomes 2 take away 3, which is minus 1. Then the bottom remains like that. So you've got p to the power minus 1/4 divided by p to the power minus 1/4. Okay. So now, because they are dividing each other, these two powers are going to subtract. So you're going to have, let's change it to different color, minus 1/4 minus 1/4. Two minuses will make a plus, so this becomes minus 1/4 plus 1/4, which is 0. So this becomes p to the power 0, and p to the power 0 is 1. So that is the answer to this question. Answer to the question is 1. Okay, now let's look at B. It says simplify as much as possible, and we're simplifying 1/2 right. That becomes, okay, so it's 1/2 log of 16a squared base 5. So here's what you do with this one. I might have to take it somewhere else. Let me write it here so I can take it to a new page. So 16a squared, and this is base 5. I'm gonna copy this and take it, let me cut it from there and just place it here. What question was that? It was question 2b. So let's say this is 2b, and we're gonna paste it here. We're gonna paste the image here. Okay, what if I just paste, simply paste, and then make that bigger? Okay, let's paste again and see if we can make it bigger. Yeah, that's better. That's bigger. Right, so here's what we do. Here's what we do. Okay, just leave it there. So first of all, if we're going to simplify this, first of all, we need to bring this 1/2, needs to come over here. Okay, so it's like you're saying log of, hang on, log of, stop that. So this is log of 16 a squared to the power half base 5. Okay, so this 2 is gone over here, and we put a bracket there, and it's to the power half. To the power half basically means square root. So this becomes log 16 to the power half a squared to the power half base 5. Okay, which becomes 16 to the power half is just a 4, because square root of 16 is 4, and the base is still 5. And then the square root of a squared is just a, so that becomes 4a. So that becomes what you can also do with the 4a is you can make it log 2 squared a base 5, and you can take this 2 and bring it here, so this 2 can come this side and becomes 2 log 2a base 5, and that is that question simplified. Okay, so that's 2b. 2c, we've actually done 2c. This was actually 2c, so this is 2c. So looking to do 2d now. 2d, let's have a look. So 2d is that. Okay, we're going to have to copy this one as well. So 3 over 2 log of 3x base 2 minus 1/2 log of 9x base 2 minus log of root x over 2 base 2. And then I'm just going to copy that, copy this, let me just copy it, and then I'll try to paste it down here. So let's paste it down here and then make it bigger. Okay, let's change the color as well. So the first thing you do is you want to take this log, this fraction and that fraction, and there's no fraction here. You want to take this one and put it there, take this one and put it there, and then this one is okay. Okay, so this becomes log 3x to the power 3 over 2 base 2 minus log 9x brackets to base 2 to the power half minus log, so this x, we're going to call it x to the power half over 2. Okay, over 2, and then let's put an equal sign there, change color. So this here can be simplified to because we've got a 3 here. Okay, we're going to do something. We're going to say 3x to the power 3 over 2 and then we're going to put the base 2 here. And this 9 is the same as 3 squared, so we're going to have log base 2 of 3 squared x to the power half, okay, minus log x to the power half. This is base 2, by the way, base 2 over 2. Right, so let's simplify this one. So log 3 to the power 3 over 2 x to the power 3 over 2 as well, base 2 minus log 3 squared, and then you're going to multiply that by half, x, and you're going to multiply that by half, the power half. This is base 2 minus log x to the power half over 2 base 2. Okay, so if you are subtracting logs, you can practically, right, so what you need to notice here is that we've got an x to the power 3 over 2, an x to the half, and an x to the half. And if you're subtracting logarithms, what you want to do is you want to divide these logs. So this becomes log to base 2 for this 2 here. Let's take this 2 first. We'll change color. Change color. I think I'm actually making it longer than it should. Okay. Okay, forget about this part here for a minute. And then we just take it from here because I've seen a shortcut. I don't want it to become too long. So from here, we just take this one and this one. There is subtracting, so we're going to divide the log. So that becomes log to base 2 of 3x bracket to the power 3 over 2 divided by 9x bracket to the power half minus this one, which means we're dividing again, so we can extend this and say times x to the power half over 2. But because this is dividing by 2, we can multiply the 2 at the top. So basically becomes log 2, and then the top becomes 2 brackets 3x to the power 3 over 2 divided by 9x brackets to the power half x to the power half. Okay, so this becomes log base 2. This becomes 2 times 3 to the power 3 over 2 times x to the power 3 over 2 divided by 9 to the power half x to the power half times x to the power half. And this becomes log to base 2 of 2 times 3 to the power 3 over 2 Now, we've got this x to the power half, 3 over 2. So that stays as x to the power 3 over 2. Okay, and at the bottom, we have 9 to the power half, which is 3. Okay, to the power 1 times x to the power half times x to the power half. Now, x to the power half times x to the power half is the same as x to the power 1, because you can add these two to get half plus half. 1 half plus 1 half is 1. So this is basically log to base 2 of 2 times 3 to the power 3 over 2, x to the power 3 over 2, divided by 3x. Okay, so that 3x, if you take this x to be a 1, then this number can just remain as one number, and then we can deal with the x. So basically, we're going to say x to the power 3 over 2, then we subtract, because these indices are dividing. So if you subtract them, this becomes x, 3 over 2, take away 1, is the same as 3 over 2, take away 2 over 2, which is 1 over 2, which is to the power half. So this becomes log to base 2. Okay, let's put this as one fraction, and this is just 2 times 3 to the power 3 over 2 divided by 3 times x to the power half. Okay, so if you want to take this 3, can be 3 to the power 1. So you can say 3 over 2 minus 2 over 2 again is the same as that. So this here, 3 over 2 and 2 over 2, that's going to give us 3 to the power half. So this is the same as 2 log to base 2 of 2 times 3 to the power half x to the power half. Now you can take, what can you do with that number? You can just leave the number there. You can just leave the number here, but this half here will come over here and become half log 2 root 3 x, okay, base 2, and that's it. Okay, so that's 2D done. Let's look at number 3. Number 3 is 2 log PR minus log R. 2 log PR minus log R. So 2, number 3a, 2 log PR minus 2 log PR minus log R minus log R. So the first thing you do is to bring this 2 to here. So it becomes log PR squared minus log R. And because they are subtracting, those logs are subtracting, so you can say log PR squared over R, which becomes log P squared R squared over R. And R squared over R means you can cancel out this because this is r to the power 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So you end up with log p squared r. And that's your answer. Okay, let's look at 3b. 3b, let's use that. It's going to be quicker. If we go to 3b, 3b is expressed as a single number. 3 plus log 5a base 2. 3 plus log 5a base 2. Let's just check. Is the correct one? 3 plus log 5a base 2. Okay, so the first thing you do is, this is not a log, so I want to make that a log. And this log is to base 2, so we're going to make this log to base 2. So we're going to say this is 3 log 2 base 2, because log 2 base 2 equals 1. So it's like we've just multiplied 3 times 1. So this is the same as a 1. 3 times 1 is 3, so we haven't changed anything. But the reason we've got a 2 here, a base 2 and a 2, because then it becomes the same base as that one. So this is plus log 5a base 2. Okay? Now because we've got a 3 here, we've got a 3 here, we've got to bring it here. So this becomes log 2 to the power 3 base 2 plus log 5a base 2. So because they are adding, we can multiply the bases. So this becomes log 2 cubed times 5a base 2, which becomes log 2 to the power 3 is 8 times 5a base 2. 8 times 5 is 40, so this becomes log 40a base 2. And that's done. The next question is this one here. I'm going to have to write this. So this is x squared, expand the following expression. So it's x squared minus 2 brackets x cubed minus x squared plus 5x. I'm going to copy this. I'll cut it and then paste it here and then make it bigger. And what number is that? That is number 3C. So this is 3C. So what do we do here? We take this x squared multiplied by x cubed multiplied by x squared multiplied by 5x, then the minus 2 multiplied by x cubed multiplied by minus x squared multiplied by plus 5x. So this becomes x squared times 5x to the power 3. X squared times x to the power 3 minus x squared times x squared plus 5x times x squared. And then minus 2 times x cubed, put a little times here, x cubed, minus x minus 2, hang on. So we've multiplied minus 2 times x cubed. minus 2 times a minus x squared minus 2 times a plus 5x, like that, which becomes 2 add 3 is 5. So this becomes x to the power 5. 2 plus 2 is 4, minus x to the power 4, plus 5x cubed, because 1 plus 2 is 3. And here we've got a minus 2x cubed, that's fine. And here we've got two minuses, that becomes a plus 2x squared, and this is a minus 10x. So first of all, let's group. Okay, they're all okay, so we can just say x to the power 5 minus x to the power 4, but this is 5x cubed minus 2x cubed, which is plus 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 10x. So this is the answer. 3C done. 3C done. So going to number 4, solve the equation 2x squared minus 18 equals 0. 2x minus 18 equals 0. So this is number 4a. 2x squared minus 18 equals 0. So the first thing we do is take the 18, take this minus 18. Okay, to make it easy, add 18 here, add 18 here. So you remain with 2x squared equals 18. Then we're going to divide by 2, divide by 2. So we get x squared equals 9. X squared equals 9. So x equals square root of 9, x equals plus or minus 3. That's it. That's 4a. Let's look at 4b. Change the color to that. So 4b says 3x squared minus x minus 2 equals 0. It says solve by the formula. Okay. So I'll show you what the formula is in a minute. Let's copy this first, or cut it from there. Paste, make it bigger. So we're trying to solve this by formula. And the formula says x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So you take this equation. The form for this equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is called the quadratic equation, or the quadratic formula. That's what they mean when they say do it by formula. So it means that a equals 3, b equals minus 1, c equals minus 2, and we take that and we put them in this equation. So x equals minus b, but b is a minus 1, so it becomes plus 1. Plus or minus square root of b squared means that becomes 1 minus 1 squared, which is just 1. Or let's just put it minus 1 squared. Minus 4 times a is 3 times c is a minus 2. So this minus 2 and this minus here makes it a positive over 2 times a. A is 3. So this becomes 1 plus or minus square root of 1 plus 4 times 3 is 12 plus times 2 is 24 over 6, which becomes 1 plus or minus square root of 25 over 6, which is 1 plus or minus 5 over 6. So x equals 1 plus 5 divided by 6, or x equals 1 minus 5 divided by 6. So 1 plus 5 is 6 divided by 6 is 1, or x is equal to 1 minus 5 is minus 4 divided by 6, which is the same as minus 2 divided by 3 if you simplify it further. Okay, so this is the answer to number 4B. Let's look at 4C. So what is 4C? 4C says solve by factorization. Okay, to solve this by, let's write it down first. So it's 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 equals 0. Let's copy this. Let's cut it, in fact. We're going to just cut it and paste it here, make it bigger. I want to change the color. So what are we solving it by? We're solving it by factorization. So when we're factorizing, so first of all, because we've got a 2 here, we're going to take this 2 and multiply it by this minus 3. So 2 times minus 3 equals minus 6. So basically we say, what two numbers do you multiply to make minus 6? And what two numbers do you add to make this minus 5 here? Okay, that is the formula that we use. So what two numbers do we need? So what factors of minus 6 do we have? So we can do 1 and minus 6. 1 and minus 6, because 1 minus 6 is minus 5. And then 1 times a minus 6 is minus 6. So what we do is we go back to this equation and put the 2x squared, and then where there is minus 5x, we're going to put plus 1x minus 6x minus 3 equals 0. So we've put back this minus 3, we've put back 2x squared, but in place of minus 5x, we've got 1x minus 6x, which is the same as minus 5x. So basically, this becomes 2x squared plus x minus 6x minus 3 equals 0. Factorizing this part, we can take the x out, and that becomes 2x plus 1. Okay, then minus 3 can come out, and this becomes 2x plus 1 again equals 0. Then once we've done that, we've got 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1, which are going to factorize again. So 2x plus 1, when factorized, will leave x minus 3. X minus 3 equals 0. So basically 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to 3, x is equal to minus half. Done. last one is x squared plus minus 9 equals 0 by completing the square. Let's paste it here. This is 4c, I think. Paste it here. And we're going to complete the square. Okay, so to complete the square, what we do is we take this x and we write it down, plus this 8, we divide it by 2, and then we put brackets. So it's going to be x plus 8 over 2, and then we close the bracket. So it's not x squared, but x plus 8 over 2, and then we close the bracket, and then we square that. And then we subtract the 9, which is there. We can call it 9 over 1 if we want. And then we subtract 8 over 2 is 4, right? 4 squared is 16. So it's minus 16 equals 0. So we have x plus 4 squared minus 25 equals 0. And then we do x plus 4 squared equals 25. Because the 25 will just move to the other side and become a positive. So x plus 4, if we find the square root of this, it becomes x plus 4. Square root of 25 is plus or minus 5. So basically x equals minus 4 plus or minus 5, which means x equals minus 4 plus 5, or x equals minus 4 minus 5. So that makes x equals minus 9 and x equals 1. Now if you want, you can take the x equals 1 and put it in this equation. If you put x equals 1, you get 1 squared plus 8 minus 9. 1 squared is 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. And minus 9 is 0. So that's correct. You can put a minus 9. Minus 9 squared is 81. Plus 8 times minus 9 is minus 72. Minus 9 is 0 again. Okay, because 81 take away 72 is 9. 9 take away 9. Good. So that is correct. Okay, that's the end of that. So thank you for watching this.